looked like you thought about what to do, and by the time you're gonna do it, it got past you. So, yeah, I can see me. So give me that pylon. Give me a pylon. So, this is the end of the board, right? Let's talk about what happened last time. So, with you in the scrimmage, going in the offensive zone, behind the net, up the board, and being closed off, right? So if this is the net, right, this just area, like this blue area, you're coming up from behind the net. What I meant by create space before you cut back is being able to cut in like this, and then you have room, like, cause that's the board, right?
Yeah.
So as opposed to me just not taking that space and letting him angle me off through that space, I'm here, right? Yeah. And then it's hard to cut back, and then it's one of those like on the board, yeah, right? So coming up from behind the net, it's like potentially cut in, and then like, cause he may be thinking that you're trying to cut in again,
yeah,
and shoot, right? So that gives you a ton of options, right? Because if you cut in here, right, you block him off, you can give it to this D, right? He can wheel in. You could manage to maybe not get a shot, but you get across the middle of the ice, and then all of a sudden you have this D, you have maybe a guy down low, right? You may be content, like, you have enough space, you're back in it again, making plays, right? You have space to go, and then, you know, you give like a backdoor, like whatever it is. I'm gonna have you cut in, right? And then cut back. And so here, like, the biggest thing that I want you to remember, or like a few form cues, would be like, you could even be shuffling, like protecting it, and then punch turn, and then shoulder. So you cut in, right? Over your shoulder, and that's one where you could, like, you don't have to for this drill, but like, you know, you go back, yeah, creating space and crossing over the other way. So I want you to try that. Okay, like, you don't have to stick handle. Just go like it's you know? When you're turning, it's that weight shift, right? So you hear? I don't know if it's hard because you're on roller skates, but try to be a little bit lower so you're not pushed off as quickly if I just push you with the second turn. Go ahead. There you go. And take more room, right? He's gonna, like, instinctually try and block that off. So don't just stay on the boards and take this wide arc and then cut it. Like, I know it's just a pylon, but lean into me first before I lean into you. Get it? Yeah. There you go. There you go. You know what, this time, we're good. We actually don't need the pylon. because we have the grass. And especially when it's on your forehand, it's almost like it's easier to drag, right? So as opposed to dragging on your backhand. So when you do this, it should be a lot easier to be able to go without stick handling.
Yeah.
Because on your backhand, yeah, you have it, but this arm's coming across the body kind of awkwardly, and you're here, and you kind of need to be a little more like upright if you like to keep the puck like without stick handling. But on your forehand, it's like you can, you know, like it's. You only need to make that stick handle when you're going back.
Like it's kind of like behind the net area.
Yeah, this is behind the net. Yeah, across the board. You're going, this is the right way you're taking. You're on an arc, and then you're here, and then you're here, and then you're here. I mean, depending on what it is, if you're here, right, curling, and then you stall, you may be thinking, right? Yeah. And pausing and stuff, and then you cut back, but for the sake of this, I just want you to take no space. Go, yeah. Corner work, I think, is a great way to start to try and like build confidence and like in possession and stuff like that, because
you're holding on to the puck, really.
Exactly, and you have a little bit more time to think. Yeah. That sequence of protecting and then cutting back, like there's multiple things that can be interchanged. Sometimes when you're getting the puck, and it's like. When you're like this, and then you it's a smooth way to change direction, but you don't really notice it, I feel like, if you're a defender.